since the curse was cast. Everlight Kingdom, they're on a quest to save their ass. Journey with us as we tell you the tale. It goes down rough like a pure mountain nail. Everlight Kingdom, down at Everlight.
In the prestigious elven city of Fetheas, Francis and Pebbles set their sights on the Grand Library, desperate to uncover more information about their curse. But research isn't exactly their specialty, particularly when the knowledge they seek is buried deep in places they aren't supposed to go. Enter Norm, a bizarrely dressed city guard with an odd demeanor and a willingness to bend the rules. With his help, they slipped past security and unearthed a series of books written by a mysterious figure known as Bartley, someone who might hold the answers that they have been searching for. But the real discovery lay beyond a forbidden door. Hidden beneath the library was something far more intriguing than simple books. An underground tunnel system filled with secrets aplenty.
You sure you left your notebook down here?
Oh no, I didn't mention, you said you knew where the forbidden zone was and you started walking. It seemed like you really wanted to show us your forbidden zone. What is this? What are we doing here?
The door to the archway closes and you didn't even know there was a door.
So what do you do?
I'm actually a city guard.
Is that why you know what's down here?
Oh no, I just hang out here sometimes.
As you guys descend down this staircase, it opens up into a very low lighting area. Like there's the faint sounds of the library and civilization fade behind you. The only sound that you can hear is the faint flickering of torches and just this sort of atmospheric low-pitched drone. And there's this ominous sense that you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, but you're determined to keep going just in the hopes that you find...
I'm most semi-familiar up.
Yeah, go for it. Make a perception check.
18.
Your familiar notices it goes to the end of the hallway, which only goes left. Once it goes left, the hallway extends further down. There's a dead end at the end that splits off in two directions.
It's a maze.
Yeah, it's basically like a maze kind of area, and smack dab in the middle, your familiar is able to see that there is a trap with a net suspended at the top that looks relatively easy to trigger. Maybe a little more difficult to disarm, but it is able to spawn.
I'm not going to say anything. I want to see how well he knows this area. I'm not trying to hurt him. I just want to... If he doesn't know the trap is there, then he does not know where we're going. Okay, that's kind of the test. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not looking good.
You roll a 5. I don't know if you need to roll anything.
What's your...
does he know this area?
What's your insight modifier?
Negative 1.
Yeah, probably -1. No, my insight's +1.
Yes. Even with a 6.
Wow.
You are just not... This is news to you.
When did this get here?
Make a...
It'd be funny if I just walked right through it.
That's it. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Please use divination.
It was a 3.
It's not like we're gonna do it.
It was a 3. I also have a 3.
You're 12?
It was
Did you use that for
an
the 20?
18. I used it earlier for the stealth thing to get through the library.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, my modifier is +3, so that's a 6.
Oh, you were so lucky. The net does fall on you.
To death.
You take... and then it starts punching you. It pulls out a knife and stabs you.
Animate net.
When it falls on you, it is kind of like Family Guy, where like the frame between it touching you and you being on the floor with your arm bent back is like one frame instead. And you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Francis, you just kind of watch this happen. And he's very surprised. He's like, they've upgraded.
When was the last time you were down here, bud?
Like, right before you saw me.
Today?
Yes.
What? How long is a day to you, bud?
The Hebrew definition of day.
What's today? Today's Wednesday, right?
I mean, yeah, sure. I think we gotta go. I don't have time for this. We gotta go find my notebook and we can get out of this library. I don't think we're supposed to be down here.
Can you get this net off me?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll help him get undressed.
Alright,
Undressed. I guess we're going down the hallway.
I advise against it, but I mean...
I ignore his advisory and I keep going down the hallway.
Alright, so you go down to the end where the dead end splits off?
Yes.
Okay.
Now what,
Are there like
Jesus?
books in here?
Right now it's just corridors, but you haven't come to any actual rooms yet, just corridors. Pebbles, you go to the very end of the hallway, it splits off left and right. Which direction do you go?
I go right.
Make a perception check for me.
17 plus. Yeah, it's just 17.
Okay. Pebbles, you notice the roof on this hallway is not very stable. It looks a little rough. It doesn't look like the support beams are doing their job. It looks like you could cave in at any second.
Well, what are the chances it caves in right when we walk under it, right?
Yeah, what are the chances?
I'm just gonna walk through. 15.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you just walk on through, you're like...
I forgot the net, but this thing,
They haven't fixed this yet?
they haven't fixed the roof yet? Jesus Christ, alright.
You walk on through.
Go by the roof.
I guess I'll follow.
Okay, Pebbles.
Need a roll.
Yes. You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, I don't think we want to be separated, so.
Clogged is like, why did I come with you people? I used to serve drinks.
I did a nat 20.
Jesus Christ.
Pebbles, as you walk through, faint footsteps from above are causing light little flakes of dust to emanate from the ceiling. And you're a little unnerved, but you're okay. And as you walk through closer to Norm, you begin to hear slight creaking. Francis, as you follow behind, you're kind of looking up, and then one of the rocks lets loose and clubs you right onto the shoulder, and it deals 8 points of bludgeoning.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
And then another one kind of falls. It doesn't deal additional damage. This is all from the ones that fall and hit you. It starts to collapse a little bit. Not like it's caving in, but it does start to sort of crumble.
Nice. Stoned again.
You guys follow Norm down the hallway. He goes to the only left and then takes an immediate right, which is the only way he can go. You follow down. He's pretty confident. And once you finally see where he is, he's standing at the end of a hallway, just admiring that patchwork.
Yeah.
It's nothing there. Just it's a dead end. This is your favorite spot to come and like think.
Yeah.
So
What are we doing here, bud?
Looking for your notebook.
I thought you were showing us the forbidden room.
Oh yeah, that's how the other hallway.
Oh.
I'm making it down the other hallway now just because.
I just turn
It's
around.
a dead end, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best spot. Can I have like little crayon drawings on the wall?
Sure. and they're like a flayed bodies. It's like the book from the Notebook from Joker. It's just like,
God,
oh.
what kind of amazing artistry these.
You guys go back through the hallway, back to where the roof sort of collapsed in.
You get hit by it.
Check again.
You want to make a death save.
13.
13.
We all get fucking murdered.
So 14.
You guys walk back through. Again, the dust begins to sprinkle down a little bit. Francis, you're kind of clenched.
I stick to the wall.
Kind of shuffling like Sly Cooper. It does not cave in. It does not collapse. Nothing falls.
Which way are we going, buddy?
12? Okay. You're going to go to the left.
We go to the left.
As he walks right.
As you go left, you start to see more like spare carts and stuff down here. Similar to what they use to cart books upstairs. You see some garbage laying on the ground.
Hey, Francis, you see that? You see that pal right there?
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Thanks. This is horrible disease that we have, this curse.
Yeah.
That's you.
Clogs looks at Norm and goes, I like this game.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
You go up to a room at the very end of the corridor. It curves. When you go to the left, it goes and curves. And at the end of this corridor is a locked wooden door.
Wow, I wish we had someone here that could pick locks.
And then I started blasting.
Do I make sure there's no alarms or anything attached to
Make an
this?
investigation.
Nice, sis.
Yes.
19.
Okay, and you have advantage. You want to go again?
It's an 18, so.
What are you rolling for?
19.
Investigation.
See, like, what?
If there's any alarms.
Then are you just going to go up and...
I was just gonna knock on that door like.
Alright, so
password.
you check to see if this door is locked, and sorry,
You said it was locked.
I lied.
Oh no!
You go to check and see if there's any mechanisms on this door that would trigger an alarm. You don't see.
Okay.
This door doesn't look particularly important, but why would it be locked if it wasn't?
I guess I go ahead and try picking the lock.
Alright, so we're gonna do a lock.
He just knocked, so should we wait and see if someone's gonna open?
Oh, did you lock?
So you go up. Well, here's what happens: is you go up, you start rubbing your hand across the door, looking for any tripwires, looking for any. Francis, as you're looking up, you're telling her like, typically if they're gonna cast alarm on it, these are the signals you're gonna look for. You don't see anything matching that description. Finally, you go, I think we're good, and you hear, and you look over at Norm's just. Nobody answers.
Alright.
Is someone supposed to answer?
I mean, I've never seen anyone down here.
Oh, so why are you knocking?
That seemed like a good idea.
Do you have a key to the door?
I do not.
No. He hands you a key, and you're like,
Wait,
yeah, this is not even the same lock.
this is a
Okay,
toy.
so I rolled
This is your house.
Wait, so was lock picking it's a sleight of hand as well apply to the check?
No, I'm gonna do my own. I'm gonna do my own.
Oh, because I rolled
Usually
an
it's sleight of hand,
18
but I don't-
plus 5.
Do you have a D4 on you?
I do.
I want you to roll a D4 for me.
Okay. It's a 1.
Okay. You stick your lock-picking mechanisms into it. You fiddle around, and you feel your first pick kind of break a little bit into the lock. You're able to pull it back out, but you're gonna have to try again.
Some Fallout lockpicking.
Pretty much.
A 2.
2. Same thing happens.
Fuck. Maybe I can get 3. 3? You're watching
thing
this, right?
You fiddle around in there, and you're able to feel some give, almost as if one of the tumblers has been latched onto. Go ahead and keep it.
4.
Nice count up.
You're able to slide it in a little bit further. The pick is able to hook onto something. You're used to it. You've done this multiple times before, so you're like, all right, now here comes the tricky part.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.
You try to pick onto
Makes sense to
something,
me.
and you just don't feel any sort of purchase. It doesn't break though.
2.
As you're kind of digging into it, you almost feel like you're about to break this thing, and you're getting really nervous. And right as you do, relief washes over you as you're able to slide it into the lock, and you're able to feel the tumblers be latched onto, and you rotate them, and the door slowly loosens, and you hear it creak as the lock is unlocked, and Dora runs up and kicks it and goes, got it!
Oh, that's it.
As you guys walk in, there's a small little circular room. It's up to you, Norm, if this is something you've seen before.
Yep.
Okay, so similar to the drawings that you saw in his dead end, this room also has drawings, but not the same kind, not the same artist. But they're little etchings onto the wall made of a certain material. They're etched into individual round stones, and they're placed in sort of a semicircle around the room. They have different images written on them.
Like runes?
That you are able to identify them as runes. It looks like in the middle of this semicircle, where they are 3 on each side, in the center is a stone door that has no latch on it, has no way to open it. It looks like it slides down. You've never seen past this point.
Okay.
This is fucking sketchy.
Can I roll an Arcana check and see if I know what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
Are there any books in this room?
Not in this room.
11.
11.
Are the runes like buttons, or are they just...
You see Norm kind of go up and like press his hand against them. They don't slide in, so they're not buttons, and you kind of think about it, and even though you've never particularly seen this before, by just sort of looking at it, it looks like spells have been cast on these runes in the past, and it looks like the spell sort of triggers some reaction from the runes, and not only a reaction from them, but in a specific sequence as well.
I cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. So you take some time. You start trying to figure this out. The rest of them stand guard, trying to keep anyone from coming in. Your familiar keeps you company and is kind of rooting you on as you're looking through it. And finally, you're able to realize that basically what this is a form of lock and key through spellcasters. Mm-hmm. And essentially, the runes on the wall dictate the spell that needs to be cast, but not all of the runes need to be activated. But you aren't able to tell. They're very obscured, sort of not saying, put this spell here. They're more like suggestions. It looks like specific runes need to be activated in a certain order, in an attempt to get this open. The order may not be difficult to figure out. The specific spells may be a bit of a challenge. I'll tell you what the rooms look like, and I'll let you kind of guess which spells you want to cast on which.
Is there anything else in this room, or is it just these?
Just these. Make an investigation check.
14.
You're able to determine, just through some random guessing, that certain rooms have seen more experience than the others. So you're able to identify specific ones, and you try to figure out the order that it may need to be. As you kind of start to think about it, you start to think, okay, well, if I were locking a door with magic, what order would I go for? I'm a thief, I can figure this out. What number would they least be likely to guess? Well, 1, 2, 3, left to right is too obvious. So I would do 3, 2, 1, right to left. And as that's going on, you think you're onto something, Francis. The different runes on the wall, one is a few letters with an X drawn through them. One is a question mark. One are like little rocks painted black. One are 2 doors with a strange insignia written on them. One is 2 guys hitting a bell, and one is just a bear. Pebbles, you're able to determine that the ones that are seeing the most use are the question mark, the rocks, and the 2 guys hitting the bell.
Hey, Francis, look at these abused rocks.
I guess minor illusion on the one with the question mark.
Cast minor illusion, and it does not do anything. It again acknowledges the magical presence, but does not seem to respond to it.
Coals, maybe fire?
I hit it with a firebolt.
You hit it with a firebolt, and you see the coals, the outline of them sort of turn orange. And, well, once you hit them, we're just going to say that these ones would be second in the order, but it's a cantrip, so you can cast it again if you want to. That does register, and it acknowledges and registers with the rune.
Okay, so coals is 2. What are the other ones?
A question mark, and 2 guys hitting a bell with little drumsticks.
Is there anything you can create like a drum sound or music with?
No.
For the drumsticks one?
No. I used Thunderwave on the one with the drum.
Nothing happens.
Okay, this is a waste of a spell slot. I don't have friends.
We know.
I don't have anything with charming anything.
What about alarm?
That's
Alarm
maybe.
Before a bell?
Intrusion, yeah. I guess I can use it to scroll, so if I use it, it's gone. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what the other one could be, if that's the right one.
Maybe comprehend language?
Yeah, I guess. We can do that one.
That does not.
There we go. And I'm gonna run out of spell slots, so I don't have that many. That's what I was trying to say. I don't want to guess anything. I only have fucking 4. Question mark. Identify, I guess. I can cast as a ritual, so I do identify on that one.
So identify does not work on it either.
Fuck it, I'm gonna kick the door.
It's not a door, it's a slab of...
I'm gonna kick the slab. Nat 20!
So you successfully kicked the rock.
You hurt your foot, but you don't break it.
Fuck, kick it again. Do it.
I already tried. Let's see, I've tried...
You take 10 points of bludgeoning.
I already tried Mage Hand, Message, Minor
Take that
Illusion,
back.
No.
Alarm, I guess it's gonna be the other one.
Yeah.
Kick it again.
Do it.
Can you roll this for me?
Natural 1.
I hate you.
Take 8 points of bludgeoning.
You know what? You don't get
I'm not rolling good tonight either, so I mean, don't. I wouldn't trust too much of mine.
Alright, I have a horn in my equipment. I'm just gonna blow my horn.
Don't do that.
And as you guys think you start to figure this out, you just hear it from behind you, and you look at Norm.
I don't even look. I know what it is. I don't give a shit. Identify or.
I look at the rock, the rock with the question mark, and I say the sky is clear.
Yo, I rolled a 19 for kicking the door, and that's a critical with champion.
You kick it, and you're fine.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Your foot's feeling. I'll tell you what, because you did a critical, you run and kick it with your broken foot angry, and you pop it back into place. You recover 8 HP.
I want to ask the door how we, or ask that room how we activate it.
You ask it,
Yeah.
and you just kind of stare at it, nothing happens, and Clogs goes, Are we answering a question with a question? Like, are we overthinking this? I'm just asking.
Do you have any suggestions?
I might have a suggestion, actually, if you give me a second. The word suggestion clicks with Francis a little bit.
So you want me to burn 3 spell slots and a 2nd level spell slot. I see. I'm just gonna walk out.
Cool.
I really don't give a shit about this.
Right. Pebbles, do you go up?
Well, I can't cast spells, so
I don't think there's anything that I give a shit about.
You guys go back to the other corridor. It extends to the right, and there is a room at the far end. As you go into the door, there is a stone door in its place. It's not a slab, it's just a door made of stone. It is locked. Like, this one looks like it's going to be a little more difficult to pick, but it does look like something somebody can break through.
19, critical.
Critical. Alright, roll damage.
So it's just 2d4.
Yeah. So plus your proficiency.
It's just 4, I mean, so I hit it for 8.
You just clobber through this thing like a Wreck-It Ralph. Normally you look through, you're like, "Aah!" And you look around the room and there's nothing in it, except a Dungeoneer's pack.
You might want to...
Fuck yeah! Remember I left that there?
Good job, bud, but I think someone's going to be pretty cross if they see us broken into this room. We should probably go pretty quick.
I'm heading out.
Alright, yep, let's skedaddle.
I don't want you to get in trouble.
You guys go back throughout the door and you hear somewhere closer down the corridors a soft groaning noise.
Oh, great.
Mac.
Oh, fuck.
Your hands are bound and chained to a very large, solid oak wooden table. Your hands do not have a lot of leverage, so your fingers are free, but they don't have a lot of room to move around in because your wrists are tied together. Your arms and elbows are fastened to the table, and in order to scratch your nose, you have to lean forward. You're this restrained. You're sitting there in this very quiet room, and sitting across from you is Jacques. He's thumbing through his book. He has not said much, and his friendly aura that he maintained when you were back at the checkpoint has dissipated. And as he's looking through, he goes, "Alright, we just have a few questions to go over here. How do you feel? Curtains ahead?"
Oh, what is that, a joke? With my dick and my fucking...
He looks at it and he goes, it is now. We have a few questions for you. And he looks you dead in the eyes. He casually extends his arm up and snaps his finger. And the wooden door behind you, the chamber door behind you opens. An individual wearing a fine silk button-up shirt and leather pants walks in. They're human, their hair is swept to the side, they're very disheveled. Jacques looks at them and goes, "Do you have some spell ready?" And they go, "Yes," and he goes, "Very good. Go ahead and cast it." And they cast a spell, and I'm going to need you to make a charisma saving throw. 16. You are bound by the spell's effects, and you have to speak only in truths, not whole truths, but in truths, for the duration of 10 minutes. So Jacques goes, "Is your name Mac?"
Some would say.
I feel like all would say. Who would say?
Well, people close to me. I'm also known as the other things.
Such as?
Slayer of the Hash Slinger, Slasher.
The Slayer of the Town Hash Slinger.
Yeah.
You have
Not
answered.
quite like that, but Tattletale Strangler.
He smiles and he kind of nods and he gives you this malicious grin. It's not a friendly smile. It's like yes. You have answered some of the next questions on my list. You are wanted for... And he opens up his book. It's like a file he has on you. And he goes, "You are wanted for..."
I feel like I would be on the first page. You need to work on your organizational skills.
Oh, this is all your book. These are just your crimes. And he goes to the end, he goes, "We're looking currently at a lot. We're talking I'm not going to lie to you, Mac. And it's not because I'm insecure on the truth of anything. We're talking death penalty.
Well, I've been killed several times before. There go the dead in my head.
He says, now, that is not up to me. That is up to Savant pressing charges against you. Strangely enough, one of your lesser known crimes is what you're being charged for. You have been the bounty on your head has been paid and placed by Miss Bondfoot, the mayor of Ghoulcrest.
Fucking bitch.
She claims that you kidnapped her and held her in a net and then dropped her on the floor and she sustained serious injuries.
I was saving her from the zombies, my dude. I was part of the investigation team, man. I'm on your side.
Well, it wasn't my investigation team. My investigation team is currently out and about, in no small part, cleaning up messes that some attribute to you. Do you know anything about a recent slaying of the former royal huntsman that happened closer up to the mountains?
Yes.
And were you involved?
Let me check my watch. I'll look at my bare wrist.
And were you involved?
That's what I have.
He looks at the guy who cast the spell. The guy who cast the spell has his arms crossed and he kind of shrugs. And Jacques goes, Mac, I could sit here and ask you questions for hours. I feel like you and I could have a very pleasant conversation. Especially because we're both law enforcement. But you fell on the other side of the law. And I'm afraid that I have no time for sideshows.
Well, I can turn on the other side of the law. I'm judge, jury, and executioner up in here.
He stands up, and as you say that, he turns his back to you, and the shadow cast on him is fairly ominous, and he goes, not in here, you're not. And he and the spellcaster walk out of the room. Nobody comes to get you for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes pass. Door opens back up, and you hear heavily armored footsteps coming in, and you think, oh, it's the guards come to take me back. But it's the first one you see. It's a very short, halfling, bald woman. And you recognize her as the woman who held in your net. She sits at the other end of the table. She has to kind of pull the chair up and climb onto it.
I'm just throwing my echo behind her and I'm gonna fucking choke that bitch.
Stealth check for me.
Okay, stealth I got.
Yeah, I still got it. 18 made, and now try to beat AC.
Gonna be up unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So she gently sits on the table. Your echo appears behind her and places a hand around her neck.
You bitch!
And she's like, "Ugh!" And immediately the guards go, hey, hey, hey! And they run and stab your echo and kill it. And well, I mean, see if they kill it instantly. What's the AC?
It'll be 17.
They fucking obliterate that. Yeah. They run up and stab it. 2 guards come behind you and grab you and force you down onto the table and hold you. And
I'll kill you, bitch!
She's like grabbing her neck. You son of a bitch. As she sits across from you, the guards go, we'll kill this asshole right now. Just give us the fucking word. And she looks at him and she goes, settle down. He's angry. He has every right to be. And you're a little alarmed by her natural, not alarmed, but you're just like pissed off by her natural reaction. She goes, Thompson, Powell, just keep him sitting. And she looks at the other heavily armored guard in the room, the one who killed your echo, and she goes, did you bring it? And he goes, no, I'll go get it. She goes, it's okay. He walks out of the room. Well, I suppose I can think of worse introductions to be made. Actually, no, I can't. This is pretty egregious. Mac, correct?
Yes.
CC Bonefoot, I would shake your hand. No, put it away. You're like setting the guards yank you back. And
fucking tell you, bitch.
As you're doing this, you're strangling at her, and she looks at your hands, remembering the pain that the echo caused her, but she also creepily looks okay with even if you do get your hands on her. And she looks back up at you as they pull you back, but your hands are still making the motion. I don't know much about the next town over. Tell me, what's it like over there?
It's a fucking madhouse, man.
How so?
Alright, so we're it's a whole continent floating in the sky. and there's demons fucking everywhere. It's fucking crazy. Thousands of dragons rain from the sky. There's a fucking lich with a zombie army that murdered at least 10 towns. I mean, this place is fucking crazy.
Tell me, what is it like growing up in that?
Oh, it was great, you know. Went to a pretty good school.
Tell me more.
Then I joined the Royal Guard of the Orcs, and I became an interrogator where I strangled most of my victims. And went to go find work elsewhere, off-continent, and then I'm here. And it's just kind of hanging out.
As you finish up your story, the door opens back up. You try to look around, but the guards are keeping you facing forward. They take a black cauldron and they set it onto the table. And they also take a bucket of water and start pouring it in. And she goes, "Really? So you would have kind of rushed into your responsibilities then?"
I like strangling people.
Was there any opportunity for you to be a child, Mac? Did you have a good home life?
Yeah, I killed my parents when I was about 10. As we do.
I thought your parents were alive. Your record said they were.
No, they're pretty dead.
Like, I guess what I'm asking is, it's just perplexing to me. Did you get to do things that a child would typically get to do? Not strangling, I'm talking... Did you play on the... You're like, is there more to that? Like, she's like, didn't you have, you know, play dates with other friends, sleepovers?
Yeah, we slept in the woods and then raided a village with my buddies the next day.
Did you have any non-violent activities, Mac? Did you have a first crush? Did you?
Yes, I crushed many things.
Did you go to any school dances? Did you go to the shops? Did you spend time with your family while they were still alive? Did you go to the town fountain and make a wish in the well?
Yes, the blood fountain in town square was very nice.
Was it?
Yeah.
So I guess that's something. She's like trying to laugh out. She's like, I guess that's something. I mean, did you ever make any wishes in that well? She's like trying to look.
Yes, I sacrificed many souls to that well. So I may gain great power.
Well, I guess that's something, Mac. I mean, and as she's talking, the cauldron, they place like some sort of herbs underneath it, and they light it with some weird sage. It has like it's not red, like fiery, it's like purple. And as it makes contact with herbs, it creates this little smoke that begins making the cauldron's water start to boil a little bit. And she goes, see, it gives me comfort knowing that you had that. It's important to have little childhood memories, even if it's violent ones, I suppose. And it's good that, you know, you had play days with friends, but I mean, something as simple as making a wish in a well is still very important, because wishes, Mac, wishes are important. They help a child latch on to things. And as she's saying this, she looks to the guy to her right.
I know where this is going.
See, I wish for many things, Mac. I'll tell you what I don't wish for, though. And see, wishes are something that give children hope. But what gives me hope is knowing that it doesn't die with childhood. Wishes are something, it's a very real thing. Did you know this?
Motherfucker.
And she reaches out, and one of the guards hands her a solid platinum coin. And she takes it and hovers it over the water, and she goes,
Don't die, bitch.
I wish for many things,
Don't
Mac.
die. You puppy died.
You know what I don't wish for? I don't wish for you to die. I don't wish for you to hang. Because, Mac, there's something about you. I like your drive. But we got a lot of work before we can release you into society. Because you know what I desperately wish for, Mac? I wish you would be a more upstanding, lawful member of society. And she releases the coin.
You motherfucker.
You slowly.
Back off.
You're like struggling, but it's too as it eventually lands into the water and splashes, and the water turns this green and then orange, and then it just turns black, and the bubbling starts intensifying, and all of a sudden your head is starting to get these thoughts that are coming unnaturally to you, and your brain doesn't know how to react. It's a lot, it's scary almost.
I'm not used to thinking.
Right, exactly. And you're also having a lot of your philosophies change. You're questioning everything you've known, which is a lot. It's like finding out there's no Santa Claus. It's like if you were to find out your religion was false, your political beliefs have been backwards this whole time. You're rethinking everything, and you're looking at it through these new critical lenses, and it's a lot for anyone to deal with, but all at once, it's insane. And you're just starting to panic. You're rocking back and forth trying to get your echo to get revenge, but your brain is clouded by all these new thoughts entering your head, and you're screaming and you're begging for her to stop, and she just won't. She looks at you with this happy grin, knowing what she's responsible for. You're like struggling, the guards are trying to keep you back. You're like just begging for death almost at this point, but all of a sudden your thoughts can't even think of your immediate surroundings because your entire worldview is changing. You struggle and strain, and you just want the thoughts to stop. You want the voices to shut up, but they won't, man. And you're resisting. And the thoughts, they overwhelm you, and you just want to sleep. You just want to sleep. And you slowly lean forward as the guards slowly release their hold on you, and you look at her face one more time, and she goes, "We're going to take good care of you back." And you slowly fall down. You can't even respond. As you slowly drift off to sleep, you hear her go, "Take him to the prisons." They start undoing your chains as you pass out, and your alignment has been changed to lawful good.
You motherfucker.
You've been listening to Everlight Kingdom. Game mastered by JT Fondren. Music by Travis Savoy. Theme song by Adam Blotner. Sound effects and atmosphere from Sirinscape. Special thanks to our amazing players. And a big thank you to our listeners for joining us on this adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to Everlight Kingdom and leave us a review. And check out altaloom.com for more RPG podcasts and stories.
altaloom.com. Adventures too big for the table.